Sri Seshadri Garu, and Dr. Anjireddy Garu, who was our teacher in Guntur Medical College, a strict disciplinarian. A time lo eppudu navvevallu gaadu, so ma andariki bhayam vestha undedi. I think now everybody is more fortunate. Srinivas Garu, principal, and Venkateshwar Raj Garu, vice principal, Shantay Garu, medical superintendent, Sri Rati Devi Garu, అందరూ చాలా గొప్పగా చెప్పారు. The way I think managing all this medical college with in 100 acres, and Sri Hanmantrao Garu, and distinguished audience. I start with congratulating and appreciating Sri Gokaraj Gangaraj Garu for his vision in creating such a beautiful medical college in 100 acres. I think very few medical colleges have such huge space. So we should, congratulate him. And the most important, today's heroes, the medical graduating medical students. Kudos, 3 cheers, and hippie hooray to all the 150 students of this batch of 2018. Also, I appreciate the efforts, the faculty of ASRAM Medical College, and all the more important, the parents who have supported the children, many of them with a lot of dreams, with many hardships. They must have send their children to the medical college to see them as doctors. So now you will be going out to the world. This is the most exciting day for you, for any medical graduate for that matter. First is when you get a medical seat, and much more is when you pass out. But then next, what is next? Next, many people think, yes, post-graduation, healthcare, and some of you may be thinking, no, healthcare, now what is the current status? What am I going to do? So am I entering the dragon, or am I entering a world which is beautiful? But world is a beautiful, likened to a beautiful book, wherein people who cannot read cannot understand the beauty of it. So indulo నేను డగ్లస్ జైప్స్ అని 2002 అమెరికన్ కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ కార్డియాలజీలో హీ గేవ్ ఏ ప్రెసిడెన్షియల్ అడ్రస్. సో ఐ థాట్ ఐ షుడ్ జస్ట్ అట్లీస్ట్ గివ్ ది కాపీస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ స్పీచ్ బికాస్ ఐ రెడ్ ఇట్ ఫ్రమ్ డాక్టర్ సోమరాజ్ గారి క్లినికల్ మెథడ్స్ ఇన్ కార్డియాలజీ లాంగ్ టైమ్ బ్యాక్. బట్ వెన్ ఐ వాజ్ ఇన్వైటెడ్ ఫర్ దిస్, ఐ థాట్ వాట్ మెసేజ్ ఐ షుడ్ గివ్. దెన్ ఐ remembered that, and I brought about 100 copies. If at least one student reads completely and tries to understand the spirit and sense, so the purpose is served. Okay, so కాలం అనే ఇసుక తిన్నెల మీద నీ పాదముద్రలు బలంగా పడాలి అంటే ఈసురోమని నడవబోకు. ఇది ఎవరు చెప్పగలరు? ఎవరైనా మెడికల్ స్టూడెంట్స్? I'll give 1,000 rupees only for medical students, not for others. So it is okay. Right, Google can tell you in a half minute, so I'll tell you. It is Abdul Kalam, right? The great Abdul Kalam, who is a visionary and who has modified, changed the India's vision in space and the defense. Then, where the art of medicine is respected, loved, there is love for humanity. Can you tell who is the person who said this?
Hippocrates,
wonderful. But you won't get 1,000 rupees, sir. I want it from medical students. Okay, right, wonderful, great. Yeah, so నేను ఎక్కువ ఎస్ మీరు హీలర్స్, మీరు సాక్రిఫైస్ చేయాలి, మీరు విజిలేజెస్కి వెళ్ళాలి, ఇవన్నీ నేను చెప్పను. యూ కెన్ జస్ట్ రీడ్ ది Douglas Jibes, the presidential oration. You will understand your responsibility, your accountability to the society, and how you can prepare to lead your life. I'm sure most of you will be preparing for post-graduation. So without going much into what all you should do, I'll just try to share my experiences, whether these will help somebody to pave. So all of us are inspired, right, to become doctors at some age. So I was inspired almost at the age of 7 or 8 years when I went to a doctor. ఇక్కడ గద్దె పొన్చంద్ర గారు ఉండేవాళ్ళు, సో వైట్ డ్రెస్లో ఉండేవాళ్ళు. సో ఐ వాజ్ అరౌండ్ 7-8 years. So all of us got up when he entered the hospital. So that time I thought there is immense respect for probably medical profession. ఆ తర్వాత when I was around 12 years, one of our lorry drivers who was very good in caroms. See, I was very good in caroms and chess, but he used to beat me every time. He was our truck driver. At the age of 37, I received a news that he died of sudden cardiac arrest in Dr. Y. Madhusudanagar Hospital. I went and saw the body. It was a very horrifying situation because he was playing till a few days back caroms with me, and then at that young age he died. So then, of course, at that time probably it was there that I should become some, medical professional. So after joining, see, always one is inspiration, the motivation, and then you have mentors. So some mentors have immense influence on you. So when I joined MBBS first year, my friends, my roommates, 3 of us used to go in first year itself to one of the postgraduates, Nuti Gopal Krishnamurthy from, I don't know, Dr. Anjireddy Garu, maybe knowing him. So Nuti Gopal Krishnamurthy was the MS General Surgeon, first year, second year student. So he was so much passionate about teaching. He was having a lot of migraine, but we used to go to him in the evenings, and then he used to teach about Vakil Golwala, cardiology textbook, and then clinical methods in medicine. So he inspired me. And then we were having Dr. E.N.B. Sharma and the strict disciplinarian, and Dr. Subramaniam, the cardiologist, first cardiologist in AP State in Guntur Medical College. Dr. Anjireddy must be knowing Dr. Subramaniam Garu. And then Dr. Ishwar. You may have heard about Dr. Ishwar, who is the professor of medicine. He is very knowledgeable, very eloquent in his speech, and he was another inspiration for us. I was in house agency when he came as an assistant professor in Guntur Medical College. And then when I went to All India Institute of Medical Sciences, the influence of the professors there who are stalwarts internationally, Dr. M.L. Bhatia, Dr. Rajan Tandon, Srivastav, Dr. Srinath Reddy, so Dr. Talwar, these were the people who inspired during that my medicine MD. I was rotating in cardiology. Then there was only one seat. I tried for a DM entrance examination in All India Institute. There was only one seat, so I could not get it. So I joined GB Pant Medical College, that was also cardiology, as a DM, because simultaneously I wrote and I was there. But then the influence of mentor, why I am telling is, mentors is so heavy that the M.L. Bhatia and Rajan Tandon pulled me. So I resigned DM cardiology seat in GB Pant and joined as a senior resident in All India Institute. That was the impression or the influence they have. Then people said, I am mad. My seniors, so what if you don't get in AIMS next time? But I said, then I will practice as a general physician. Then I worked hard, and then after 6 months I got into institute. I lost 6 months in that bargain. In other words, you have immense influence of your mentors to choose your profession. Then once you do complete your career, then you will choose a place where to practice, what to practice, and then how, whether I will be successful. So I was almost about to practice in Hyderabad, but I chose the place of Vijayawada because when there were actually 2 institutes which I was thinking, like NIMS Hyderabad and then Apollo. These were the 2 institutes where you could practice cardiology. So when I went and sat in NIMS, there were almost 11 names. Somaraju, Rajagopal Raju, Krishnam Raju, likewise, a lot of names were there. So I would be 12th person there. So I thought I will not fit in here. So I thought I will go to Apollo hospitals. I was the second. My colleague Sashagiri was there in AIMS. He joined Apollo. He said, you come, you will be my associate. So there is a great future. So I attended the interview. I was selected and I was asked to go to Chennai to meet professor there, the head of the chairman there. At that time, in Apollo hospitals, Jagan Mohan Rao Garu, Eluru, you must have heard, Jagan Mohan Rao Garu is the very senior physician. He was getting operated in Apollo Chennai. At that time, my uncle said, there are many people who need you in Vijayawada and many people are coming to Chennai. So why don't you start practice in Vijayawada rather than Hyderabad? So I changed. So when I changed this, okay, I started, but then for 8 long years I was getting terribly bored because whatever I learned in cardiology, catheterization and all, I was not practicing. I was not even able to attend any conference. So I was losing touch with the academics. That was pinching me quite a bit. So I thought I should start a cath lab. So I tried all the resources put forth, and then Dr. Somaraju's team helped me quite a bit. At that time, the care team helped me in establishing. So after this, once the cardiology started, a lot of antagonism and all these will be there. That is part and parcel. So we tried to solve the other surrounding areas also, like for 20 rupees computerized ECG. So we used to get the ECG by fax from all the villages and mandals, where 15 ECG machines we donated, and then from there we used to study by fax. But in the meanwhile, I was facing music, right? Like from RMP doctors, from initial few months was RMP doctors and LIC agents. Once LIC agent asked me to put, instead of 77 kg weight, he asked me to put 73 kg weight. So I did not agree for that. I was very rigid, as earlier. Then he said, no LIC agent will come to you. And then he made sure that nobody comes to me. Similarly, an RMP doctor came to me, brought a 28-year-old female, asked me to do every test available, like echo, treadmill, everything. So after doing ECG, I said she doesn't need anything. And then he said, no RMP doctor will come to you forever. There were almost 10 to 15,000 RMP doctors in the adjoining 5 districts because there was no cardiologist at the time. And he made sure that no RMP doctor comes to me. So all these things, why I'm telling you, you have to face the systems, you have to fight the systems, and then you have to become enemy sometimes to the systems. So once this is done, there is another interesting thing I'll tell you. So after the cath lab and all these things, surgical work and all, there is something else called in medicine, certain molecules or certain inventions are by accident, but somehow these are not accepted by the medical fraternity for years together. For example, if you talk about streptokinase, which is a blood dissolving agent, the clot buster, what you call, though it was invented in 1933, it took almost 40 years to be accepted as a clot buster for the heart attacks. Similarly, the angioplasty, it took quite a bit time. And then the buzzword is CT coronary angiogram and calcium score. In 1990, when calcium score the paper was presented, it was refused by the American cardiology. And later, now and lot of criticism. When I purchased it in 2011, there was a lot of criticism. My own cardiologists were not believing the CT coronary angiogram. So believe me. And then when I went to Coimbatore, there I gave a talk on the CT coronary angiogram benefits because I saw it in 2006-7. So the cardiologist, the medical college person said, cardiologists left because they purchased the CT coronary angiogram machine. For almost 20 years now, it is not accepted till the 2021 American Heart Association and 8 associations accepted. Now it is the wonder machine which can prevent sudden cardiac death. So that is the future, to identify the disease early and pick up and prevent its progression, and at least you warn the people, yes, you may get a heart attack, be aware of it. So likewise, a lot of things, competition or whatever, but you stick to your guns and believe it and practice what you believe in, and that definitely works. So with all these things, the time is very short. I thought of sharing some more experiences, but anyhow, I will conclude. World is a beautiful book and read it well, read it thoroughly. Whatever chapter you read today, do it very thoroughly because it is going to save a life tomorrow. So this is the crux and of our responsibility, accountability to the society, to the fellows, and our own self. I think we should move ahead. Whatever happens, resilience, people were talking, whatever happens, take it. Sthita prajnata antar. Whatever happens, take it. Do it firmly and what you believe, what is right. So with all this, I stop here. Thank you for your patient hearing. Once again, I thank the organizers for having invited me to spend this beautiful evening with you all.